Hello again, everyone.
We return to the ruins of old Orsinium.
Okay, and it looks like some fun is ahead of us.
So let's see what that wrathful marksman wants, shall we?
Yep.
I guess he's here to be friends. Yeah, that looks like friendship to me. Does friendly fire exist for enemies?
No, just for random mice that you can blast. Yeah, I don't think so.
I just think it would be really funny to get them all stuck in the one enemy's cone of fire.
Yeah, well, while this was rendering last night, I played some FPSs, and I realized how much friendly fire there was, especially in Medieval.
Oh, where enemies will happily kill each other?
Yeah. Well, specifically the what do you call it? Those who play the game, the guys who throw the fire spears. Once that spear lands, it can harm anyone.
Okay.
Up to and including themselves. So if you're underneath one and get them to, throw it on the ground, that they can and will burn themselves to death. Okay.
And that probably got the I threw it on the ground song stuck in my head.
Threw it on the ground.
How long have y'all been waiting here? Were they summoned here for this purpose? Have they been waiting here for the last decade?
Yeah.
Can't quite jump off that yet. Out of curiosity, is the fire here following a pattern, or...?
Yeah, I can't tell.
Jax is a good boy.
Oh, yay!
Been waiting for that?
Well, not really. I've been investing in it, but I just want his stuff.
I don't know why death animations are always so funny.
Well, they tend to milk it for everything it's worth.
Yeah. If you have an opportunity to overact, you probably should here.
I literally got into that guy's guard.
Yes.
You are not worthy of Malakath's glory.
Did you see what happened to all your buddies?
That was rude. Yeah, I was reserving my MP there to heal myself.
Gotcha.
Oh, that must have been the special boss. You get skill points for them.
Nice. So let's light that great pyre.
But first, I should probably grab the top exam. So for this, so you said we went over that dungeons. Well, I say we just keep going.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about a lot of those last time.
Yeah. I'm very paranoid. Nothing or anything. So the thing's there. I guess that's the exit. So.
Probably. So you'll probably encounter that at the end.
Yeah.
That is far funnier than it has any right today.
Yeah, I wanted to address the difficulty a bit because, well, yeah, we have the champion points here.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want the game to become too easy because I've seen people just kind of... Well, this is the stuff that can get me ultimate. Because I've seen people like one-shot things. I never want it to be like that easy.
Mm-hmm. You want to maintain the challenge.
Yeah. And, yeah, I brought it up in the not being too easy. It's some people were a bit overly hostile, I think.
Hmm.
Well, why don't you just play Dark Souls? I'm like, that's not quite what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about easy to the point where little tricks, you know, like putting the runes and stuff becomes trivial.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Skyrim, you know, first couple times I cranked with the difficulty, so all the special stuff I have were completely meaningless otherwise.
I think Malakath has something to say to you up there.
When fire burns, its ashes will smolder for years. You did this despite all arrayed against you.
Yeah, I have a habit of that.
Today, you rekindled the simmer of hatred at the heart of the orcs. May it fuel their vengeance for another generation. Go, spread my wrath to the corners of the world.
Now, so we have like collections that so you get like mementos.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wonder what this does. Cool. Now let's see. There's other stuff. Oh, this is for doing the intro quest for one of the DLCs. Yeah, completely pointless, but fun to have.
Mm-hmm. So it basically just gives you a bunch of fun animations as a reward.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool, though. Do you want to talk to the orc at the entrance?
Oh, yes, yes.
Let them know they can finally die in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, you've mentioned before that you like the crafting in this game better than you have crafting in other games.
Yeah, well, and also just how you know the items are scaled a lot better than other MMOs. Because
Indeed, man. Indeed.
That's a mood. Anyway, okay, so for the first, so you have like level 1 through 20, and then champion points, and the highest level equipment you get is like 160.
Mm-hmm.
And these come up pretty easily. And so this is, you know, right at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, you could do a lot with it. You can kind of like level off with everyone else as to what you have. And it's a bit more, you know, consistent, like steel's better than iron, etc., etc. Compare this to, say, World of Warcraft. Like, I ended that with actually a pretty lucky draw of getting from a dice roll to both major weapons from Deathwing at the end.
Okay.
Side note, it pissed a lot of people off, but it was mine. And I didn't need them.
But you had them.
Yeah, I had them. Now, I haven't played since, and, you know, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, you know, in the comments. But I have a feeling that will be basically replaced very easily by a dagger you find in the next expansion.
Yeah, there is the question of power creep.
Yeah, and like all this quote-unquote legendary stuff is meaningless. Now, not that you don't have that, because, you whenever you get through a quest, you reward depending on your level, and you might get, a really cool, weapon from someone, and if you get the beginning of the game, it'll be made of iron, and you get, like now, it'll be made of, I think, rubidite,
okay,
which is the highest, level. Ooh, right. So you have a little bit of that, like, cool stuff being replaced very easily. But at the same time, it's still consistent. And especially with Blizzard, I always felt there was like little rhyme or reason to the power creep in their games. It seems to be just a general practice of make the numbers higher, the players will like it, without giving much thought to how that affects the world, or at least the illusion. Sorry, my hands were all over the place in that fight.
No worries.
Well, it's interesting how he uses the artifacts, because the artifacts have been here for a while. And
I mean, the artifacts were, on the whole, introduced back in Arena, even if they weren't the same as they are now.
yeah. But it maintains them in an interesting way. Basically, it's all through PvP, which is, kind of unfortunate. But basically, one player on the whole server has it until they lose it.
Okay.
So, and I think they have, like, their own skills and stuff.
Okay.
So it gives them some, unique properties to them without everyone having it. And it kind of makes sense in the lore. These artifacts tend to come and go.
Yes. So how does one lose an artifact?
I'm not entirely sure how it works. It was just kind of like out of curiosity. Like, so how does, say, Ariel's bow work? Like?
I assume a period of inactivity would be one of the...
Yeah, I guess you have it for a limited amount of time.
Now, because I'm curious, I'm going to look that up. Because that is an interesting way to handle it.
Yeah, you don't want it like cheapened by everyone having it. Because this isn't a brand new universe. It's a well established.
Yeah.
Oh, you finished off the hacker again.
Oh, good boy.
Good boy.
Okay. Of course, it's all Sheogorath's fault.
What, that all the artifacts all over the place?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it makes sense. A bit of chaos.
Okay. Of course, the ads are terrible on mobile here, but...
My suggestion is the UESP.
That's where I am.
Okay, never mind.
Apparently there's only one PvP artifact right now, and that's a Golem Drum.
Huh. Could've sworn there were more than one. Forgive my lack of knowledge, viewers. I don't do the PvP much.
No worries. Apparently, they are talking about releasing more, but hasn't been done yet.
Could have sworn like stuff like Dawnbreaker would come up.
It exists, but you have to get through a quest.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, the majority of them are actually through quests, but there are some PvP ones.
So I guess how would you lose Volendrog?
Basically, if you're not constantly doing stuff in PvP, it'll damage you.
Okay, so your motivate, just get rid of it.
Not exactly. Basically, an assortment of people will try and get it because it's a really good weapon. Let's see. And then people can pick it up when you die. Neat. But yeah, not every artifact can be obtained through PvP. In fact, that's the only one that can be for now.
Alright then, I take back everything I said. Oh, where's the dude? Oh.
Looks like he passed on his own there. Oh well. So now that we're in the Rothgarian Mountains.
Yep, let's see, just want to see where this quest takes us. Or did we complete it?
I was gonna say, that looked like you completed that quest line.
Oh, okay. So where is,
See, shall we find something fun to muck about with for the next half hour or so?
Broken Promises. I completely forgot what that quest is about.
Let's find out.
Okay. Alright, that was from a delve. Okay. Okay. So let's head back to that way shrine.
And I say we muck out the battle in the Rothgarian Mountains for a bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
This being a very pretty zone.
Yeah. I've barely touched like the other areas.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided like you can New Game Plus the other faction quests.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided for kind of storytelling, role-playing reasons, I'm going to save those for an actual member of those factions.
Fair enough.
And it'll make the other playthroughs fresh.
Means you won't be completely retreading old quests.
Yeah.
So what has surprised you most about this game?
Well, partially that I'm still playing it. Because it's very rare for an MMO to really, like, grab me.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it benefits from having the lore of Tamriel to build off of?
Yeah, since I do like this setting, you know, warts and all.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I've always had a curiosity of, you know, what would they do with the lore and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, the level scaling definitely surprised me. And it was a pleasant surprise. And one of the few cases that does right. I am surprised at how much freedom you have despite, like, the weird way it does, you know, class skills.
Mm-hmm. There's a cooking fire there. Let's cook some food.
I have an apple.
Apple. Baked apple. It's delicious.
Right.
Now you have a baked apple.
Where the hell do I go from here? Oh, hold up. Tree.
I assume down.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Ooh, oh.
Yay!
Well, I think I discovered what specifically annoys me about, Diablo 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so no matter the class, you basically have access to everything and every weapon, every other like little skill.
Mm-hmm.
And while your class definitely affects your effectiveness in those skills, I think the Nightblade has some extra damage stuff for weapons,
Mm-hmm.
for example. Everything's grounded in the same kind of reality.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Champions of Noreth. Like, yes, you do have, let's see, armor limitations depending on the class, but a lot of the basic motions, attack, block, the dodge move it has,
Mm-hmm.
are all, consistent with each other.
Mm-hmm.
In Diablo 3, there's kind of no consistency between the characters,
Okay.
where they're all kind of like in their own rules, and I feel it feels less grounded as a result.
Okay.
And this is probably a little thing that just bugs me specifically.
Mm-hmm. I saw the option of harvesting ancestor silk. Does that come from ancestor moths?
I don't think that's an answer to moth.
I forget exactly where I saw the pop-up, so it'll come up again, I'm sure.
Like you look at any Elder Scrolls game,
Mm-hmm.
Skyrim, Daggerfall. Like Daggerfall, the two characters I have are very fundamentally different.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they kind of come from the same rough move set.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of them is utterly incapable of using magic,
And the other one, he kind of lives on it.
Mm-hmm.
But they are still very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Still very grounded in the same reality.
Let's see, so where are we bound for?
Let's see. First, we're going to get rid of all our stuff. We're about to demonstrate, well, not so much now because everything's maxed out, but what makes crafting in this game far less of a chore.
Okay.
And we get to explore more of the city.
Yes. This place is just beautiful.
The Barrel Clan.
Mm.
Not really, it's probably just a shop sign. In fact, yep.
I see we have fall damage.
Yep. But nothing but an absolute joy since Daggerfall.
Mm-hmm.
Since it didn't really happen in Arena.
Well, you didn't really have enough variation in...
Might as well do these jobs while I'm here. These won't take long.
Okay.
In fact, I more than likely have what I need to create anything.
Probably.
So, yeah. So the best way to level up is really just bring anything to a shop and break it down. And that's not going to go up, obviously.
Since you've maxed it out already, but...
Right. But, okay, so I did woodworking last of the three disciplines I did, while smithing and... Actually, wrong here.
Mm-hmm.
Smithing and enchanting, I leveled up through the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
I unlocked a few styles, especially that. Yeah, let's make some wood elf stuff.
dagger, so pauldron in hell.
Yeah. But woodworking ended up not taking long to level at all, because at that point I was getting a high level stuff, and those leveled up faster, you know, especially when you're low levels. Like I was going up like a few levels at a time.
And that does make sense, because at that point, what you're breaking down are beautiful, fascinating pieces.
Yeah. Now, it does have the disadvantage of whatever jobs you get have to be at your level, and you won't be able to do that at first.
Mm-hmm.
And so, comparatively... Oh, Briarheart Shield. All right.
Yeah, I mentioned that they seem to be connected to the Briarhearts.
And let's see, I had like 500-600 of this, or with the other thing, and I don't have that much here.
Mm-hmm. 2 bows and a shield.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, okay, I guess I didn't complete it. In comparison to Guild Wars 2, the crafting basically puts an otherwise fast-paced game into a grinding halt.
Mm-hmm.
And I was never able to have whatever I was able to craft catch up to my own level.
Okay.
So it was a little dismaying, and yeah, I guess...
It's a marvel the way these old buildings take on new life.
I agree.
Yeah, alright. I think we'll stay with that. And it became a little discouraging.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's a lot more complicated. And, you know, some people like that, yeah, and there's definitely sometimes where I want a little more complication. Simplicity kind of becomes a bit asinine. But it was a little all over the place, and I kind of feel like they added too many steps to just make a sword.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go on and on about realistic, but video games kind of live on abstracts. Like, obviously, when I was working with those ingots, you know, I was also working out the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do like the little ways you can, you know, resupply yourself with ingredients through little things in Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Hunt down an animal, and you got basically what you need to, you know, for whatever leather you need. And I do like the way, you know, you can split wood and then, you know, make arrows pretty easily.
I'm off soon. There's much to cart, and I have no horse.
Okay. And then we open up all this stuff.
Alright. That's a lot of stuff.
I haven't found much use for the repair kits, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you had a really rough time, it'll come in handy. But
But you don't have to quit.
yeah, let's always check the leather stuff, because that's like the only thing I'm using. I'm not making.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, so we can get rid of all that. I don't really use poison, so I'll ditch those.
Mm-hmm.
I'll eat that. No.
Delicious. You actually have an animation.
Mm-hmm.
Little wooden fork.
Yep. Alright, now we have to just find a shopkeep, get our stuff repaired, and we are good to go.
Alrighty.
Ooh, I might have something I can donate to the museum, actually.
Ooh, I would like to see this.
Actually, maybe it's... Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot to break down the enchanting stuff.
Well, let's do repairs and museum stuff first.
Yeah. Well, you know, it'll take just as long to just go in there and break them down.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna be there anyway. Also, I just want these out of my backpack. You know, about the point where none of those really matter except for supplies.
Fair enough.
Is there anything?
Oh, yeah, we'll write that down. Use light armor.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do anything with that, so it's kind of pointless.
Mm.
It's kind of taking up space.
I see.
Don't really need that. Okay. See that repair.
Please, when you're...
Yep. Alright, break down the other things and then we'll head over to the museum.
Alright.
Oh, Telvanni. You're probably a peach to
This
talk to.
won't do. This just won't do at all. What were the orcs thinking, giving us this decrepit old building? This is hardly a proper location for the Mages Guild. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there something I can help you with?
Yep, she's a joy.
Yep. I feel like that's kind of the wrong attitude to take for the Telvanni.
Yeah.
They always more come across as mad scientists who really don't care who's in charge.
Yes.
And that feels more like a Redoran attitude.
Yeah, more snobby than anything else.
Yeah. More a little bit xenophobic. Okay, to the museum.
Alright.
Where is it?
You know which town this reminds me of?
Which one?
The one in Skyrim that's built into the side of the mountain. What is it called?
Windhelm? No, Markarth.
Markarth, yes.
Yeah. Structurally, that was always one of my favorite cities to just look at.
Mm-hmm. I think it's the outside doors that remind me most of Markarth here.
It is the second biggest cesspool, but I still... Okay, so, here's our good curator.
Remember, last known location was Davi's
Oh yeah, I'm still in the middle of doing quest work.
of Sorrow in northern Rockgar. I'm not sure how it got up there, but the oral traditions are surprisingly accurate for such an antiquated system. You mean as curator? That's an interesting story. I guess you could say that I'm a city orc, born and raised in Wayrest, educated at the finest bred in academies. King Kurog and I met during his travels. He offered me this museum. I said yes. Oh, you mean the clan tattoo? Yes, well, I guess you could say that was a gift of sorts. I toured the various clan strongholds when I first arrived, and Chief Bosrog of the Faron clan insisted that I allow his wise woman to mark me.
Faron.
Yes.
One of the disgraced ones.
Mm-hmm.
We won't mention that.
Yeah.
King wants to preserve and display the culture and history of this land. He believes that the museum is an integral component in the rebuilding of Orsinium and the establishment of the Orsinium kingdom. And I heartily agree.
Heartily. Okay, so...
So how do we give her stuff to...
well, we find the place to put it.
Okay.
Still kind of low.
Neat.
Cool. I imagine from the Big Lebowski. Indeed, we abide. Oh, aha!
Nice.
Okay. Let's see. What else did I find? Not that. I haven't found much yet.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Though some of these might have already been here. That, okay, I put that there.
Liquid silver?
Yep.
Neat. Actually, fun fact, in reality, mercury can dissolve gold.
Huh.
And when it does, you can actually boil the mercury, and once the mercury is boiled off, it'll leave the pure gold in its place.
Okay, so we are done with that obligation. So we have the daily quests, and the Mages Guild also has its quests. Actually, let's demonstrate that.
Okay.
I
figure we've got time for at least one of those.
Yep. Now, depending on where it sends us, it might be a video for another time, because it basically sends us specifically to public dungeons.
Gotcha.
Though it's one of the stronger points in my mind, because it'll send you to public dungeons in among the other alliances.
Most you might not have stumbled upon on your own.
And it feels like a classic pulp, story of you're there to get one thing, and then you get caught up in another quest. Alright, so in my case, it's in Mournhold.
Alright. Nice, the teleportation's a thing.
Yeah, if you don't go to Way Shrine, it costs you. And basically, it shoots up in price after you do that, and it slowly ticks back down to normal.
Okay. To encourage you to actually explore a given area rather than just hopping around from place to place.
Yeah. Still, I do like the animation for teleporting outside of using it because your hands go up and like constellations appear in front of you.
Neat.
Yeah, it's one of the nicer touches. Okay, there's the bank. Yes, especially after doing the main quest, I've been here a lot.
Writing bar.
Figure it's fitting.
May we speak?
No. You remind me too much of that jerk at Solitude.
Fair enough.
I haven't done one of these in a while because I was sort of using it to max out my mage skill stuff, but it was taking way too long. So I basically decided to use the one and only mod I installed on this.
Okay. I'm surprised you can do mods in MMO.
It's basically interface only.
Okay.
You're not going to add new enemies or anything like that. And it's basically to show where the lore books are.
Okay.
Because they could be a little needle in haystacky. Actually, I can demonstrate how it works. So, the lay of first hold, lay of first hold, lay of first hold, lay of first hold. So those are 4 possible places you could come across it. So it's not strictly one place. And in fact, I've noticed that I've collected books in other provinces I've never been to. So they definitely have more than one location.
Okay. Oh, that's neat.
Ooh, actually, just show you. This is Ivia, the mage's city in its own plane, I think.
All shrouded in mist. Oh, look at those blossomy trees.
Yeah, one of the bigger cities.
The cities are fairly bare bones, aren't they?
Yeah, especially in the vanilla.
Good point.
But yeah, this is still pretty cool looking.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, so I think this is definitely one of the more. This is one of the better jobs.
I'm loving the incorporation of mushrooms into the architecture.
Yeah.
That was one thing I loved about Morrowind.
Back to Mournhold.
So anyway, who is it we needed to talk to?
Oh, someone collecting Sheogorath artifacts.
Oh boy.
Because someone should keep an eye on those things.
Yeah, that can only go well.
It's like Indiana Jones, only Indiana Jones is after, I don't know, something volatile that definitely shouldn't be in the hands and shouldn't be outside of expert hands.
Less it belongs in the museum and more it belongs in a sealed lead casket.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I could mount here, so it kicks me off like inside the hallway.
Anyway.
Yeah.
assume.
Yep.
The Order thanks you for your assistance, Adept. There may be more relics you can recover for us soon enough. Check with me tomorrow. I may have something for you. The Asylum Earplugs are a macabre pair of mummified fingers. When placed in one's ears, they drown out all sound but laughter. Some say the mad gods own. The Order traced them to Razak's wheel.
Okay, that's one of them did before.
Though we doubt the fingers are dwelling.
Let's see. I've already gone through the quest, so we won't be able to see that again, but we can check out the ruins.
Why not?
Yeah, starting to repeat this. I'm starting to suspect that some of the public dungeons just won't be used.
That's fair. Does the Fighters Guild have a similar set of quests?
I think they send you to the anchors, which I can show you. To these, you can also level up by basically taking out Daedra and Undead.
Okay.
Yeah, the Dolmen, those are, events. Yeah, basically other types of world bosses that you need a group to take out.
Okay.
Actually, that was an interesting part of the narrative, because while the three factions are, trying to take Cyrodiil, we have the Daedra invasion going on. And wow,
that half hour went back. 6:30 already.
Nice. And while they're bickering and arguing, the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild have the most experience against the Daedra invasion. And what ends up happening is I'm under the impression that the three alliance kind of duck out and basically leave it to the guilds.
I could see where that would happen.
Yeah. Alright. Let's see, so that's down there. So... let's see, where's going to start?
Well, I was going to say, how about we start at the farthest point in the province from there, wander our way down, and call that an episode once we arrive.
Okay.
That way we get to do some nice exploration.
Mm-hmm. But it definitely shows in the background that while all the kings and royalty are bickering and arguing,
the guilds are actually trying to cooperate and get things done.
Yeah, since both guilds are neutral parties.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what's the best way through. I guess we can start by going this way.
Okay. It's such a pretty landscape. So here's a question for you.
Yeah.
If you were to make an Elder Scrolls movie of any sort, what would you do?
Alright, my $1 million idea.
Mm-hmm.
Set out a province, and then basically have a series of movies, each taking place in a different province, and then have the big Oblivion invasion for the last movie.
Okay. Yeah, have the Oblivion Crisis be the conclusion.
Yeah. Personally, I think it was a mistake having the big Oblivion Crisis at the Fourth King.
Yeah.
And by extension, I think it was a mistake having Cyrodiil
be the center that early.
Yeah. I feel, maybe like the movie idea, we should have established the rest of the world first.
Mm-hmm.
Give everything more of a weight to everything else going on, rather than rush to Cyrodiil for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys.
Honestly, I think that it might have been alright to have, say, the Knights of the Nine quest line.
What happened here?
Yeah.
And then would you want to make the Oblivion Crisis kind of the same kind of globetrotting we had back in Arena?
Possibly. I mean, I do feel this has a stronger Oblivion invasion plot than Oblivion had.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see basically the world torn asunder by all this. And it's toned toward royalty, well, sympathetic to a fault, toward the royalty. Does show them as kind of too flawed to completely end the problem. It's not quite as damning as Daggerfall was.
Yes, Daggerfall had opinions.
We have to find a way inside.
Good luck with that, mate.
Yeah, I think this will be a smoother way past. And we get to see more wilderness.
Neat.
Ooh.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. Maybe have the totem storyline be the thing that sets off the Oblivion crisis.
I could see that, yeah.
Maybe
kind of combine
maybe
the plot
even
lines of Daggerfall and Oblivion.
Yeah. Well, and what? Well, I think it'd be cool if like Jagger Tharn, got the.
Ooh, Jagger Tharn gets the totem.
Yeah. So that's my $1 million idea. Sorry, I spoiled it for everyone, but I don't even have a glance into the door. Ooh, sky shirt.
Ooh. Well, here is a follow-up. Live action or animated?
Depends on the budget. Okay, low budget.
I was going to say,
crap,
we're
but,
just spitballing here, so. Oh, we haven't seen Mans for a long time either.
Yeah, they're also in Black Marsh.
Okay. They would occasionally turn up in Daggerfall.
Yep. Well, we're in the area. We're on Iliac Bay.
Get the runestone, get the sky shard.
Ooh, another chest. Here's an idea. Pick up the thing after you open it. Hello, frog.
Oh, get frog.
Yep.
Every time this goes through, I think of the lockpicking lawyer.
Yeah. So we'll let the totem plot be the series Infinity War, so to speak. And then now that we have the entire empire established, we'll have a big Oblivion invasion to end everything off.
Okay. Let's see, would we still start with Arena's basic plotline, or...?
No, I'd say start at one province.
Okay. Probably starting with Morrowind, then.
Well, Skyrim will probably be the easiest to market.
Probably.
Since it is the most... It is one of the more successful. I don't know if it's more successful than Morrowind. It definitely had more of a marketing campaign.
Well, at the very least, it's better known now.
Yeah.
Because even people who aren't particularly into Elder Scrolls are familiar with Skyrim. It's been ported to everything.
Yeah. So I would say combine Arena with the Oblivion plot.
Okay. Okay, so we've kind of merged the three. We've got one crisis. Emperor's being impersonated. Someone's got the totem. Ooh. You give the totem to the Emperor, but the Emperor isn't the Emperor.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking like... Alright, for those who don't know, and spoilers for playing, Daggerfall, I mean, a lot of this is stuff I absorb through the wikis anyway. But anyway, basically, you have this totem, and you give it to one of the factions, and then you go to Aetherius to activate it. Mm-hmm. And whoever holds on to it basically gets their ending. So I'm thinking, like, you think you've gotten it to the Emperor, but you don't. Mm-hmm. Jagger Tharn gets it in the end.
And then we'd have the Staff of Chaos plotline too.
Yeah.
Now, would this be better as a movie or a TV series?
It's a good question, because you could do a lot. You definitely get a lot more screen time, though that does kind of stretch out the budget a bit. Mm-hmm.
Well, we're talking in Monopoly money anyway, so...
Yeah. That is a good question. I mean, you'll definitely see the world in much more detail, but basically to go from one province to another to another to another might be a bit much for a TV series.
Well, it could be each season is a different province.
True.
Were those wolves eating a pair of legs?
Eating a person.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the actual person in there because of the lightning.
So yeah, we're now in a desert area. Here's our Last Crusade moment.
Ooh. Pretty.
Is he the merchant? Where's this merchant I keep hearing about?
Well, he appears to be a player.
Are you the merchant? Okay.
Let's be
I'm
fair,
kind
he
of-
might be.
I'm kind of convinced that that's the merchant.
Yeah, that's the merchant there.
Good kitty. Well, actually, if I go here, or do this. This guy.
Nice to see you. This one recommends that you purchase a crate. Farewell, my good friend.
Got G-Taz wires. Okay.
Neat. Say, is this the ruin itself?
Yep. So yeah, I've already done the quest for this,
Okay.
but you know, it'd probably be fun to just look at it for a bit.
Yeah, wander about.
So yeah, this is more the typical size of one of these dungeons.
That is considerably smaller.
Yeah, again, this is the vanilla game, version of it. But it is still significantly bigger than a lot of delves. Though I've noticed that the delves in Hrothgar are much bigger as well.
Okay. So, shall we just head on in, get the thing, and head on out again?
Yep. See some bosses if it comes up, but yeah. The Imperials are consistently hostile in this game.
To everyone.
Yeah. Well, I kind of feel bad for them because I imagine they're at the end of their rope.
Yeah, the fact that their home is the PvP zone is probably
Yeah.
a sign things aren't going terribly well for them.
Though one little detail kind of touched me.
Oh,
Okay, so one of the few dungeons. So in the main plot, you do prevent the plane meld, which is the big plan that Moloch Ball has in store. But the Q dungeon in the DLC
for cereal?
for Cyrodiil. Guys, keep breaking my concentration.
So let's see, you're saying about the Q dungeon for Cyrodiil?
Yeah, specifically for White Gold Tower. And you get to the top, and you can also, stop the plane melt from there. And it's kind of touched on something I've been thinking about. Like, what if, an MMO, instead of doing, like, all the main villains on just the group stuff, you have, like, a villain for solo and an equal villain, for the big, battles.
Okay.
So you can kind of role play, are you the recon guy, or are you someone on the front lines?
Yeah. And I am a fan of giving more opportunities for role playing this kind of thing.
Yeah. Now, it does kind of shoot itself in the foot, where the final boss of White Gold Tower isn't anyone special, but it still kind of covers that mindset.
feel.
Yeah. That idea. I would like more MMOs to kind of explore that. But anyway, you stop the plane meld, and you're out. You're back on Green Empire Way.
Yes.
A very familiar
I know
setting.
that setting.
Yeah, to a lot of fans. You basically, you kind of have a Moth Priest in training where she's not quite blind, but she's getting there.
Gotcha.
Right next to her, in fact, I'm going to stop fighting to explain this point. We're just outside the tower, and you see Imperial soldiers just exhausted, just probably the first breath they've had in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And the Moth Priest going, yeah, there's still war going on, but right now, Cyrodiil belongs to the Empire again.
Mm-hmm.
And that really touched me because, like holy shit, what these, Imperials have gone through, all these years of just trying to survive under, a demon invasion.
Yeah.
And while I do have, mixed opinions about Oblivion, I mean that's still where I was introduced to Elder Scrolls. It's still where,
You have fond memories of Cyrodiil.
yes. And while I did knock it for being maybe a little too peaceful, it's like, wow, this peaceful place now just completely ruined.
Yeah.
And especially after the pandemic, just like, seeing a worldwide problem finally end.
It's nice to see things actually get solved and people actually get on breathe.
Yeah. And I guess that's one of the reasons I do respect this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's able to be cynical about royalty.
And yet hopeful about the future.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that.
Yeah. So congratulations, MMO made me feel feelings.
I'm a fan of games that make me feel feelings.
But yeah, the rest of the group, I wasn't kicked out of the queue yet because I guess the rest of the group were just kind of waiting for something.
Mm-hmm.
The quest was done, and I basically stepped in the portal and got out, right in front of the palace, and I just kind of checked the place out and seeing some familiar things about the area.
And some things that are not yet what they will be, but
Yeah.
so well, you've walked down Green Empire Way before.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's really nice about ESO, just seeing these places again.
Yeah. Seeing them in more of a modern view.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not going to reach the land area of Daggerfall again, and that's understandable.
Yeah,
Oh god.
honestly, recreating Daggerfall's entire landmass is not a good use of developers' time.
Yeah. Because ultimately, we all have to sleep now and again.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I love that. Say that as someone who loved Daggerfall, but you didn't explore the spaces in between towns because you'd get lost, and there really wasn't anything to see there anyway.
Yeah. Jax, chill.
He is bad, and he has to chill.
Well, actually, that kind of reminds me of one death animation from Turok 2.
Oh.
Another creature with wheels for feet.
Okay.
That's going to be at the very end of the game.
I was gonna say I don't think we've come across that one yet.
Yeah, that's in the Primogen Lightship, so that's
Okay.
late.
Yeah, since I think the project is still quite a ways off for us.
Yeah. And well, I mean, yes, this is fan service, obviously. Elder Scrolls didn't start as an MMO,
Yeah.
but I do like kind of like the little touches of just like you see an ancestor of Jagger-Tharn. You see how just messed up his family actually is.
Yeah. And yes, it's fan service, but it's also just showing that they know and care about the series.
Yeah, and you know, they probably worked on a tight schedule. I think ZeniMax Online was established in 2008, and with the specific purpose of bringing Elder Scrolls to an MMO. So this is so this was 6 years in the making.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about the way in this boss. Oh, yeah, that guy.
Thank you for that. Now, let me see my
Boss time. Oh, nuts.
What happened?
He prevented my super attack. You jerks.
I might as well take out this genius before.
Sorry, boy.
Poor puppy.
Alright. Mad God's coffers.
Off the earplugs.
Kind of feels like the Men in Black. You're out to get dangerous things out of
Mortal hands.
yeah.
Actually, do you want to show us that teleportation?
Yeah, I guess I might as well. We're done here. Yeah, but that's pennies to me now.
Yeah. Let's see. There are those constellations you told me about.
Actually.
Cool.
So yeah, it's a nice touch. So in conclusion, it's not an Elder Scrolls game, but it is very good for what it is.
Mm-hmm. Not an Elder Scrolls game, but you can tell that there's definite love for the Elder Scrolls series.
Yeah, they did what they could.
I get the impression it's kind of like Elder Scrolls fan fiction.
Yeah, but whatever.
Extremely high budget fan fiction.
Yeah, and to be honest, every Batman thing ever since the original creators passed is basically fan fiction.
Yeah.
And some of it is just retelling. Like the one I did for Soul Calibur is just more or less a book version of Soul Calibur 3. And
take the toys out of the toy box and let's see what we can do.
And there's really nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used to be kind of snippy about it, but it's more storytelling.
With the wayward relic?
Yep.
Abhorrent. I rarely question the Order's commitment. It is essential to prepare for dangers from the Shivering Isles. Still, some tools of the Daedra are best thrown onto a pyre.
I feel you, buddy. I feel you.
The Order thanks you for your assistance, Note. There may be more relics you can recover for us soon enough. Check with me tomorrow. I may have something for you. The Order of the Eye works within the Mages Guild to research unexpected effects of the plane world. The borders of Tamriel and Oblivion continue to blur. For example, relics appear where they should not, especially those of the Mad God. We don't know. That's why we're recovering as many of the Mad God's relics as we can. Should we learn nothing, we still protect people from Sheogorath's influence.
And that is fair.
Huh. On that note, shall we call this an episode?
Yep. Thank you for joining us.
My name is Eva.
And this is Frank.
We'll see you next time.